my beautiful Virgo collective. Today's reading is about this commitment, this long-term relationship of yours that has felt like an endless climb. This is a very specific reading. It's not going to be for everyone. But you are being called in this reading to choose your duties and responsibilities carefully. You're looking back on everything you've invested into this relationship, into this marriage. It looks like a marriage, a long-term commitment for many of you. And the harvest, what you've gotten back, and you're wondering, is this what I deserve? Is this worth it? I've invested so much and I've had so much hope, and this relationship had always had so much promise, and it still has so much promise. But is it realistic for me to still expect that? Or am I holding on to something that will never ever be? You've also had other people getting involved in this relationship, and not in a good way, realizing that relying on others, whether this is friends or family, allowing other people to get into the middle of your relationship, that their intentions were not necessarily good. And even if it was, that giving all of that power away has not really been beneficial or helpful. Your person has been stuck in this Nine of Swords energy for the longest time. This is an energy of confusion, lack of direction, depression, dark night of the soul, pessimism, expecting the worst. And you've been doing all the emotional labor, trying to show them that things can be better, that the world is a better place, that if they're happy and they appreciate more, that they'll be open to more opportunities and more of the value that life can bring. But this person's been in a dark place and they've pulled you into it, and you've chosen to be there because you've chosen to be by their side. And now you're starting to wonder, is the Ten of Pentacles that they promised me, that we spoke about, this happily emotional fulfillment, this power couple dynamic where we were supposed to do great things together and build this incredible life? Will it ever happen? Is it still possible? What needs to shift? What needs to change? Is it realistic for me to hope for this? Will my person ever come out of this, out of the dark night of the woods, out of the dark, dense forest? Or do I have to accept that this is where they're comfortable? That's what we're taking a look at for you today, Virgo, in this reading. So if you're new to my channel, I'm High Priestess Elif, and I welcome you to evolve with me. This channel is to support you on your journey, to serve you in bringing clarity and confirmation so that you can make informed decisions from an empowered place, a place of love. It is to serve you and not to hinder. So please take the messages as they resonate and only apply them in a way that adds value, because that is up to you. If you enjoy the energy, I hope that you decide to become a part of the community. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell. Go into my description box and click on the link to my my newsletter, subscribe, and you could redeem one of two free gifts. Okay, an general introductory reading, or a tool for self-assessment, which is the soul imprint scan. And that is my welcome gift to you and my thank you. Returning subscribers, I want to take a moment to thank you. It's always good to have you here. Thank you for your love and support on the channel. Those of you who watch 3 or 4 videos, who are setting a deliberate intention to support the channel in that way and the channel's growth, please let me know in the comment section when it's your 2nd or 3rd video that you've watched all the way through, so that I can enter you into the lucky draw for a full free reading or a coaching session with me. And then keep a lookout at my posts, okay, because I will announce it there. And I'm about to announce the winner for this month very, very soon. Okay, so you've entered a sacred space. Take a nice deep breath. Welcome your guides and keepers into the space. The archangels in the north, south, east and west have their sacred flames burning, and I give thanks to my guides and keepers, your guides and keepers, for bringing us together, for allowing me to bring these messages through for you, to channel these messages to serve your highest good. Please remember, beautiful soul, that if it resonates, it's yours. Claim it without a doubt. If it doesn't, you might not be ready for it. And it's just not yours then, right? Leave it. It's for somebody else. This is a general collective reading. Not everything may fit. It doesn't have to fit. And if you're triggered, that is where your work begins. All right? So, Virgo. Like I've said, it's felt like a mountain that you've climbed, and you've been waiting to get to the top so that you can finally start rolling downhill to easier, better days. And you're wondering, can we get there? You're not satisfied with the harvest. You're not satisfied with what you're getting back out of this relationship. You're pouring so much into it. And you've grown wiser of late, allowing other people to interfere, to get involved, to be right there in the middle. Perhaps you've been misled. For some of you, this is a marriage. For some of you, this was supposed to be a marriage. It's supposed to go there. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here, which lets me know that this relationship holds so much promise and so much potential. But is it worth sticking around for potential? We're taking a closer look at all of this. I'm going to start with your person's energy. Where are they at in the relationship with you right now? We've got the King of Wands. Okay, so this King of Wands, they say a lot of things. And most of your relationship's been built off of the conversations that you've had, but you're just noticing that there's no follow through. It's not translating into your actual 3D life, into the actions, okay? And the King of Wands can sometimes have this challenge where they have all the potential, they have the desire, but they do not have the willpower, and they do not have the energy on this and the discipline to see it through. Grounding your person is struggling to ground themselves. There's a lot of passion and a lot of desire and a lot of attraction towards you, and they still want this with you, but your person struggles to keep their promises. What crosses this King of Wands? What is the crossing? What is the thing that crosses them? The Emperor. They're stubborn. And they feel overwhelmed by responsibilities. It's as if they're stubborn and they feel overwhelmed by responsibilities, where at a certain stage in your own maturity, responsibility should feel like a privilege. They're not there yet. This is inner child stuff. There's a part of them that they've oppressed, that felt oppressed in childhood, and they've continued to oppress it, and they rebel against it constantly. They rebel against what's good for them. They rebel against growth because they're afraid of the responsibility. The better things get, the more responsibility there is. And your person is constantly afraid or terrified of failure. So the challenge that you are faced with is this unmet need within themselves, and the shadow within themselves that they've not met. This is an initiation through the sacral chakra that has not taken place. So this shows me that in your relationship, you would have noticed there are some challenges around intimacy. And it can show up in a number of ways. It doesn't mean that intimacy is not great between you, but that there's some distortion. There's a disconnect. Something is missing. There's a lack of maturity there. And there's a fear. The deeper you guys go, the more this inner child lashes out. Then suddenly they create a problem somewhere. Every time there's a few steps forward, they create something to sort of take you a few steps back. What's really happening here is that your person, the two of you, are struggling to ground a healthy, your sacred life force in a healthy way, a healthy intimacy. and to allow the relationship to mature, because there is a tendency to not keep promises to themselves, and you do the same thing. There is no way that you can be in a relationship and your person manifests their dis-ease manifests in a particular way, and you are not mirroring it. You may not be seeing that you're mirroring it, but you are. The Emperor, they're struggling to allow the part of them that is the Emperor to emerge, because of the huge sense of responsibility that comes with that. So they want the benefit that the Emperor has without sitting in the Emperor's, taking up the position fully. And this is that lack of commitment that you've been experiencing, and that lack of follow through. So how do they feel about you right now? Oh, too many cards. Thank you, Spirit. How do they feel about you right now? The Hermit. They're feeling distant. They're feeling intimidated. They're feeling, yes, spiritually connected. They feel very protected by you, but they're outsourcing their protection, which means you're not safe and you're not feeling protected. So it's a very uncomfortable place for you guys to be right now. But this does feel like your person believes that you are soulmates. This is a deep soul connection. And what do they need to do? What does my viewer need to do or be aware of to turn things around here? First and foremost, is it possible for things to be turned around? It's going to be a challenge. What needs to be done? We've got the Lovers. For some of you, this is a twin flame. There's karma to clear. It's going to be very challenging for you guys to turn things around, because emotionally there is a block. There's also a block in communication. The throat chakra is blocked for the both of you, which means you're not fully in touch with your truth. There are some truths that need to be met here, and this is going to be deep emotional and mental work that is required. How do you guys turn things around? We've got the energy of the Lovers. Two people constantly reaching for one another, reaching for what they need within one another. You have to focus on your relationship with yourself, and your person has to focus on their relationship with themselves too, to navigate these very deep, dark emotional waters, because both of you have a tendency to avoid. And Spirit is saying to me, you have developed a chaotic attachment style where you go from being anxiously attached to being avoidant. And as long as you guys are avoiding what you are meant to heal within yourselves, until you choose yourself, you will push one another away. You'll do this push and pull in your relationship constantly. Part of you has already sort of given up. So whatever choice you make, keep in mind that moving this forward and giving space to this 10 of Pentacles, this vision that both of you have had for your relationship, is going to require work. And it's not between you and them, not yet. It's between you and you. And they've got to do the work between them and them. Is it possible to have this 10 of Pentacles still, or has this window closed for Virgo and their person? It's still possible. The window's not closed yet. There's a small crack that's still open. But like I said, it's going to require work. What are your person's thoughts about this connection right now? What are their thoughts? Let's move this here. Where are they at? 2 of Wands. They know they've got to leave behind their old baggage, the old habits, the third party. For some of you, there are other people involved. They've got to leave behind what's been comfortable for them and move forward with you. They've got to release behaviors, habits, beliefs, fears. They know they've got to do that. They've got to choose. That's where things have gotten. This is the point you're at. So it's not like your person's unconscious. They know. 4 of Cups. They're just not seeing that they have the ability to do this. They're just not seeing that it's worth. They're wondering, if I make the sacrifice, if I let go of everything, if I do this for this relationship, is it going to be worth it? This person is not in a place where they can appreciate you or appreciate the opportunity and the value of this relationship. They're in apathy, constantly looking back at what didn't work out for them, at the things that went wrong. They've spent so much of their time focusing on what has not worked out and what has gone wrong, that they've totally disconnected from the value of the relationship that you're offering. The 4 of Cups is apathy. And apathy chokes the life out of a relationship. There's a lack of an appreciation here. They're struggling to appreciate and be fully present with the value because they've got to deal with their dark night of the soul. They've got to deal with this negative mindset. It's going to be very difficult to change anything until they realize that they are their own worst enemy. And they've got to be willing to make the change. The 4 of Pentacles, they believe that they are not enough. They don't have enough. They can't give you what you deserve. They feel like the relationship is lacking. And I feel like they've projected a lot of their own shortcomings onto the relationship. And even though you've poured so much into it, where they're at right now, they're not giving back. They're just taking. But you are still their wish fulfillment. They still want you. They still love you. They're still hoping that this person relies on you a lot to fill their cups. So like I said, this is a very draining, emotionally taxing, mentally, psychologically taxing, physically taxing the relationship the way that it is now. And you need to make a very, very deliberate decision today. If you're not ready to let this go, then trust your instincts. Don't. But take at least 50% of the energy back that you are pouring into this person and pour it into yourself. Start doing your work. Reach out. Do coaching sessions with me and process what is coming up for you here. Empower yourself. And as you grow and your relationship with yourself begins to develop, things will begin to shift. You'll see things clearly. You'll be in a better position to make decisions. Don't be afraid of allowing the relationship with yourself to become healthier, because you know subconsciously you might have to let this person go when you're in a healthier place, because you might be pleasantly surprised. You might inspire them to do their own work. I have clients that have come from dark, dark places and now they have beautiful relationships. But you've got to be willing, you've got to love them enough to be willing to let them go. So Virgo, beautiful message for you today. And like I said, this is for a this is a very specific reading for a specific collective. So if you're still here, know that for some of you, this relationship is guiding you towards your calling with the Lovers. This person is helping you through your initiation. And the more that you allow yourself to be pulled into and add to the drama that is the relationship, the more you're avoiding your calling. And that's not what they're here for. So if you'd like to take a closer look at your situation, or you have specific questions, perhaps you'd like to get a direct channeled message from your person, whatever you feel called to take a deeper look at, you're welcome to contact me. My details are in the description box below. And if you're ready to start your healing journey and take your power back, contact me for spiritual life coaching sessions. Like I said, whatever you do, do what is best for you. Love and light. See you next time. Bye now.